What'd you think of that, like, social media TikTok video this weekend with Cam Newton and the kid talking trash? Like, did you see that?
Well, we had that scheduled for later, but we can go ahead and get to it now.
Okay, I didn't even know we had it scheduled for later.
Do we want to play some of it before we talk
about it?
Let's go. Yeah. Let's play it. Do it now. We'll do it live.
You ass. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You about to be pulled. I'm rich. You about to be pulled. I'm rich. You about to be pulled. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. He's a free agent. Where your daddy at? Let me talk to your dad. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You ass. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad? Where's your pop? You ass. Where's your dad? Nah, ain't no disrespect. You know, if you wanted some attention, I'm gonna give you some attention. The right way, bro. The right way. When do y'all play? We play tomorrow. What was y'all record today then? 1-2. No, 2-1. What did you do? No, I wasn't able to see because y'all was too. Cameras on me. All right, bro. What did he do, man? Does he play?
He got speed.
He got speed?
No, he's letting him speed.
Oh.
You gonna see.
Huh?
You gonna see.
Nah, don't act shy, nah, bro. Don't act shy. I'm asking. I couldn't see today.
You gonna watch YouTube? Oh, you watch YouTube? I know you do.
You cafeteria rocks, man. Stop.
What you do?
No, I'm really trying to ask you. Like, I'm trying to see, like, what you.
We do that though.
I'm like.
We rep that 215.
205?
215.
215, okay, cool. Bro. I'm just like, please don't be one-dimensional. Like you said something to me, then I go, I'm really trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to like crack no jokes. I'm just really trying to ask a simple question, bro. It's your fault why everybody's looking, but I'm really just trying to ask a question. But you never said what you did. You said you're going to see.
At the end of the day, right?
No, coach, it's no disrespect.
No,
I promise you it's no disrespect.
I get that. I get that. But I'm just a grown man. Right? This is the coach. I'm not a fool.
Coach, we squashed it. We good. I was good.
I love that. I love
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to break the monotony. Yeah. I was just trying to talk to him. He think I'm trying to put him to him.
I'm focusing on this. I'll get my point.
Thank you, sir.
Right? Congratulations.
But y'all don't play no more today, though. Are you good? I see y'all moving. Y'all play us next?
Sorry, younger. Now, if all those kids look small, no, Cam Newton's a giant. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. Those people are all normal sized. It's Cam Newton who is the guy down the beanstalk who happened to pass by the kid. And look, my thought on all that, I said this last night on PFTPM, kid showing off for his friends. That's all it is. There's no deeper message. It's not some more ominous statement about where we are as a society. It is kids showing off for his friends. That has happened in every generation known to man. You get around your buddies and you want to impress them. And it's not like Cam Newton's going to come over and beat him up.
No.
Right? The adult's not going to beat up the kid, especially not with a bunch of cameras around. So that's all I saw that as, and Cam Newton trying to smooth it over and get the kid to understand why he was being kind of stupid for being disrespectful. But that's all I saw in that. I know people are trying to make some broader commentary about where we are as a world, but it's just stupid kid trying to show off for his friend.
Well, I don't know. I'm a little – listen, I got, of course, a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old, and I see this crap a lot. Like, first off, let me just say this. Let me ask you this. If that was your son talking to Cam Newton like that, how would you like that? Would you like when you
No, absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right. That I would have major issues if my son was that guy talking to Cam Newton like that. I do
But again, I said plenty of things to people when I was a kid, and my friends said plenty of things that my parents and their parents would have been mortified about if they had been around. Kids act that way. That's how they are, especially once the testosterone starts flowing and they start experimenting with how the world works. So that, to me, isn't some litmus test that makes this generation different.
I have a really hard time thinking that you were mouthing off like that to any grown-up as you were growing up to that extent. I would have
If
a
I
hard
thought
time.
I could get away with it, I did.
But I do think it speaks a little bit to a bigger problem, a little, because just the social media, TikTok, whatever it is, has just emboldened people. This generation is just fearless with stuff like that. They really are. There's some aspects that I love. Hey, they're not afraid to show their emotions and dance and do all those things. That's really cool. But to me, that does cross the line. That crossed the line. Cam Newton is a legend, and he is taking time out of his life to have a camp, and you're at that camp because of him, and he is doing something for the community, and you're going to talk crap like that to him. That, to me, was crossing the line a little bit. I will say that. And Cam Newton did a really good job of kind of diffusing the situation. But there he was. He's still trying to talk to the kid, and the kid's still trying to put on a show for social media because he knows the cameras are on and all of that. And I do think it speaks to a little bit of a bigger problem there. I'll disagree with you to a degree. I agree with you. You're right. They're kids. Hey, they're going to talk trash and show off. But I think that went above and beyond just a hair. And I think it just shows you, Cam Newton and his ability to communicate and handle people in tough situations, because that was not easy. And I would be pissed at my kid if he came home and I saw that video.
2 points.
Yeah.
One, I think that the desire to go viral that is permitted by social media adds to the desire to show off for your buddies. Not only am I going to impress my friends, I'm going to impress my followers, and I'm going to get a lot more followers if this thing lands on TikTok and everybody's talking about it several days after the fact like we are now. We have swallowed the hook by merely talking about it. I'll also say this. On the back half of that video, when Cam Newton's trying to engage the kid, I couldn't quite hear it, but I almost feel like Cam was trying to call the kid out by suggesting, what did you do today? You didn't do much today, like in a roundabout way of turning it around on him, and it didn't work. He was never able to draw out enough from the kid to really stick it to him the way he wanted to, and it was playful. It wasn't malicious. He was trying to do it playfully, but it never landed. Whatever it was that he was trying to do on the back half of that clip never really struck the tone and the chord that he was looking for. But I think he was trying to give it back to the kid a little bit in a good-natured way.
Well, yeah, exactly. Hey, what'd you do today? Let's talk about you. Let's not talk about me. I'm a free agent a la NFL MVP and been to a Super Bowl and an NFL legend. So he's trying to, diffuse the kid that way. But yeah, I don't know. It bothered me a little bit. It really did. And I thought Cam Newton did a pretty good job of handling the situation either way. But it is, to me, does speak a little bit to where we are, because I see it with my little girl's friends, my little boy's friends. They're not afraid to mouth off maybe as much as my generation and the generation before used to be. I don't know. Apparently you had a big mouth all the time.
Wait a minute. I'm not the one whose parents took me on to the Regis Philbin show, or Philbin as the case may be, and my parents had to worry about me dropping the F-bomb on Regis Philbin when I was 4.
Yes.
And I'm not the one who said to my dad while Danny DeVito was standing over there, why is he so little?
Well, I was 4.
Maybe it's not a generational thing.
I was 4, and it wasn't like I was trying to disrespect anybody intentionally and talk crap. I didn't know better at that point. If I was that as I grew up, I think anybody could tell you I was a pretty respectful young man, especially of my elders, and I still try to be that way. So yes.
I couldn't let that go. Yeah, I'm 15 years older than you. You're not very respectful of me. Now, I can't help but wonder though.
Right.
Let's try to take this next level from an analytical
Okay.
perspective. At some point during the regular season, Cam Newton was talking about his performance, his concern in being benched potentially, and also he talked about the locker room. Guys talk, right? If they don't believe in the quarterback, they're going to talk. I think this is a broader snapshot of that reality now, where this video grew legs and people are talking about it, and Cam's got to be wondering, is this how kids view me? Am I viewed currently as a failure? Am I at a kind of a weird crossroads where somebody's emboldened to call me out because I'm not the Superman of 5 years ago? I just can't help but wonder whether that's going to make him more determined and more focused and more relentless in trying to get back toward the top of the mountain with whatever his next team is, or whether he stays in New England.
I don't doubt that. I mean, he's gonna grind and work. I've never heard anything different. I know a few people that he works out with in Florida and does things like that. Work ethic is not an issue for Cam Newton. He will attack it that way, certainly. But hey, this is the generation that we live in a little here too. To your point about how he's viewed. Yeah, there is some of that right now. It's like, oh, if you haven't won rings and you're not the best player, then I could talk trash to you, even though I'm not doing anything but, taking the trash out at home. I could talk trash to you, even though you're an awesome professional athlete, but you didn't win championships. So I can bring you down that way. That speaks to the broader problem there all the way. But yes, I think there's a little bit of that younger generation who might not have seen Cam in his prime, and they've heard about it, but they haven't seen much of him the last few years. So they're not really aware of what he was, and they just look at what this last year was, and it wasn't all that impressive.
At the risk of prompting half of the audience, or let's say 30%, to turn the show off at this point, isn't this what you get when the leader of the country behaves that way, constantly talking trash, constantly calling out enemies, constantly insulting people for 5 years? Isn't that part of the problem?
Well,
setting aside social media, isn't that part of the problem? It normalizes that behavior.
I don't want to go down this road, but
isn't it?
Well,
but we're there.
I
we're
know.
down that road.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out why this happened.
I've said this
it's a product of having someone at the top of our national pyramid who is a bully and a thug when it comes to dealing with other people.
Well, that's why I've said I think it does speak to a bigger problem. I do. It's not just there. I grew up in North Jersey with, a lot of, of course, old school men teaching me how to play football and do those things and whatever else. And, a lot of grown-ups that I respect and all of that. And, of course, I've, been in many outings where, hey, they make fun of millennials. Oh, millennials. Oh, all they do is make excuses. They don't want to work hard. They don't take accountability. And I go, but wait, the biggest millennial I know is the 72-year-old in the White House, but that didn't matter. So that to me, yes, he almost emboldens that to a degree, or did.
Right.
So certainly.
Right. So I do think that's part of it.
Yeah.
It's a combination of social media. It's the example that they've seen for the last 5 years from the top of our national experience.
Everybody.
There's a lot of factors that go into it. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But at the core, it's a generational divide, and it's young kids trying to show off either for their friends who are in their immediate vicinity, or friends, strangers, future followers, whoever may see it on social media. But social media is that factor, and it's just a combination of human nature with these new technologies. So and at the end of the day, the kid apologized. So he saw the light. Once he got,
right.
Hey, you know what? It's easy to apologize once you get the viral video out of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that thing that helped me have this video that millions of people have now seen on TikTok and elsewhere. Sorry I did that thing, even though maybe deep down he's not sorry. Lengthy apology there that was posted. And fortunately for you, the audience, the print is too small for me to read the entire thing. I'll just say, there it is. I would need a magnifying glass to see it, but you can find the apology online if you want to read the whole thing. Again, I don't know how sincere any of it is, because he got what he wanted. It's easy to apologize on the back end, especially after mom and or dad find out about it and insist on the apology.
He's a kid. You make mistakes as a kid. There's no doubt about that. And I'm sure, yes, mom and dad, and I think he says that, his parents didn't raise him to be that way. He got a little caught up in the moment, and that's okay. It's forgivable, certainly, and he'll learn from that.
Well, we got a little caught up in the moment. We spent a lot more time talking about that.
Well, I know.
Than I thought we were going to.
I'm sorry
but that's
we jumped to
that's
it.
Fine.
But
That's
I
fine.
saw Cam, and I just thought it was good. Hey,
it's
all right.
It's. I'm just trying to transition to the next topic.
Right.
Look, we take whatever we can, where we can, and have a nice meaty discussion, even if it wasn't something we expected to spend that much time on. I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. Whether or not the audience enjoyed it is the real litmus test. Hopefully they did, and hopefully the 30% that turned the channel will come back to Peacock. And
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.